Welcome to today's reading, which will be how to get started. So we have 3 groups for you to choose from today. We have group 1 with the garlic, group 2 with the clover, and group 3 with the comfrey. Let's hold them up. If any of you would like to look at the cards a little bit closer, it can sometimes help us decide. So that's the clover, that's the comfrey. So you can take a moment to choose which pile you feel the most drawn to, and then use the timestamps in the description box to jump ahead when you're ready. Today's reading may be a brief reading, but we'll just go with it and see what happens. We'll get started. Okay, welcome group 1. If you chose the garlic card, then this will be your reading today for how to get started. And we also have the apophyllite joining us here, and the flowers are actually all white as well. Okay, so I'm sort of getting 2 things. One thing might be that there's like a strong connection to your crown chakra at the moment, something happening. The first tarot card that we've pulled can have a lot to do with like mental interference or communicative interference that can affect us mentally. And the other thing, it could just be like a message for a very small number of people here, and I would only take it as confirmation, or maybe just go seek out like the professional medical advice. What am I trying to say? From the appropriate medical professional that you would need, like a doctor or a GP, depending where you are. There may be a small group of people that are experiencing parasites, and garlic might be really good for just helping with the ongoing dealing with them until I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's necessarily going to get rid of them or just kind of keep them in check, something like that. Okay, and it is a really strange topic because I've never looked into it before. I've not done any medical study. I actually know almost nothing about it, but I have heard people say that if you have certain types of parasites, they can influence like your mental health. So I'm not sure if that's something to be aware of as well. But the other side of it is, like I said, that was for a very small group of people with the mention of the parasites. What I would say is that the majority of people in this group are actually maybe experiencing some sort of like mental interference or agitation here, and that they want you to focus on some type of purification process. And what I do want to do before we even get started pulling more cards is read about the garlic oracle from the book and just see what we have. Is anything else? They just said ginger might be helpful as well, but that seems to be all they're going to give us off the card for now. So okay. Yeah, purification, discrimination. Okay, so garlic has the ability to flavor food deliciously, as well as being a powerful antiseptic and antibiotic. The combined qualities of purification and flavoring are surprising and unusual. Selecting this card may indicate a need to consider how you can purify and strengthen an aspect of your life without introducing any element of sterility. Yeah. Often when we feel the need for change, we sorry guys, I'm having trouble talking this morning, so you'll just have to bear with me during this one. We envisage removing things from our life, and this may be the right course to take. But consider first when there is something you can add to your life that will naturally replace that which is bothering you without you needing to exert any effort in eliminating it. The card may also indicate that it is time to introduce something new into your life, something that in the past you had considered too exotic or unconventional, but which now is starting to attract you. Okay, so I feel like, you know, garlic, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's not for everyone, or what is it that I want to say? Like, it can have, it's a distinguished quality, and maybe that's not for everyone, and that's okay. And maybe they're wanting you to embrace like your natural characteristics, and it might actually like repel a lot of people. And the thing is that in itself will be like a purifying process, though, because of the fact that like it's there's that really common saying where people say like that rejection is divine protection. It's basically what it is, I feel, for this reading. So we'll finish taking these cards. So we have having strength and endurance during this time. I feel like, I don't know if you guys develop like a newfound sense of enthusiasm here. Yeah, like maybe you're putting your heart into something, but there's almost like a dual energy aspect here where you're putting your heart into something and it feels like it really encourages like a state of free flow, and you're very enthusiastic about it. And I'd say you'll follow it, whatever it is, kind of effortlessly. But then I also see it's like a balance between like a masculine and feminine energy within a person. So some of you are like going to be very easygoing with it, and then at the same time there's like a call for actually taking action and making sure that you're going after whatever it is, and it's balancing the two energies together. For some of you, it might not be like going after something. It could just be the energy of like how to best handle this situation. So I'm just gonna, I feel a little bit, I don't feel like this is very clear. And I feel like part of that purification and interference message could be that you might have people's energy in yours. Like you're not having, what is it, like there's no separation point, like everyone's energy is muddled or enmeshed or something like that. And so it can make it hard to tell the difference or like have clarity on a situation, because like what we're seeing is kind of blurred. It's not very clear. Yeah, and this does look like it's things that we can't see. There could be like a fine balance here between something that has the potential to severely harm and then something that has the potential to take us on like a philosophic, philanthropic, almost spiritual journey as well. Let's just see if we get anything else here. I'm being called to talk about the apophyllite again because I did make that connection point with the crown chakra and the mental interference and whatnot. Apophyllite can be quite cleansing as well. So like cleansing, purification, all of that seems to be very important for this group. And that it's just going to have to be having strength during this process, because I don't feel like it's going to be like very easy or clear cut. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time. So some of you might now be experiencing a lot, and whatever that looks like could be different for every person in this group. Some of you may be experiencing ruminating thoughts, almost like, you know, like intrusive thoughts, or maybe not being able to shut your mind off. Some of you may be experiencing insomnia. some of you, I don't know, I guess they're, you know, I want to reference ADHD, but I don't think that's right. It's just not been, we're just going to leave, we'll park that, and then if something comes through for it later, we'll come back. If that's something for you, you will know. It would just be confirmation on things that you are already experiencing and already know to be the case. I don't feel like I would be telling you anything new there. But some of you, it's like, I don't know if it's an energetic thing. I think it's a social thing. I feel like there's some sort of social thing that has put you in a state of fight or flight. And yeah, so maybe for some of you that mental, I guess, challenge that you're experiencing might be more of a fight or flight or an anxiety or something like that. And the Spirit's just wanting to come through to tell you to, you know, like lean on your strength and the endurance for the time being. Things will flow again like water, and for some of you may do a lot of purging, and maybe for some of you will have to have like a big cry, or you might actually get quite emotional, and they just want you to go with the flow and just embrace it. And like maybe one day, I don't know, maybe you're sad for a few hours and you're really sad and you like have a massive cry, and then you'll feel better afterwards and you'll be kind of I guess more happy and have more enthusiasm for life because you're letting things clear out. You're like, I think that's part of the message, that it's almost like the tears or letting the emotions come up and letting them go. You're going to flush things out. You're going to clear it out of your energetic body and your physical body and release it. That's what it is. It's releasing, letting go of that attachment to any kind of outcome. And then I feel like it'll help you step into an energy where you're able to be better focused, have better determination and motivation, but you'll be able to see what it is that you want. I feel like when this is cleared up, you'll have a better innate ability to take charge or improvise, something like that. Some of you, it's just like you'll be very sharp, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe not sharp. Maybe you'll just know, or you'll just take action and you'll just work it out as you go. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like that improvising energy and just making the best out of the situation at hand, but you get really good at it, I think. And you like, you know, you're learning too, but you just do what you can, right? And then I think that it'll help like illuminate things as you go. Some of you, letting those emotions flow will help you step into an energy where you're more empowered. I feel like that's probably a bigger part of the message here. Letting it all flush out so that you can, you know, take your power back in a situation. Some of you, it will look like standing alone. Some of you, it may look like heading towards some type of like leadership. I'm not sure. This seems like a very general reading today. Like there's no one specific storyline necessarily. So I also see like Leo and Cancer here, and Pisces, Gemini, but that's okay. I wouldn't stress too much about the zodiac signs. It just might be like extra confirmation for some people. So that's everything that I have for you today, Group 1. Hopefully this is helpful in some way. I think they're just sort of saying like, you know, embrace the strengths that you have and let things come up and let them go, and it'll put you in a much better position. I think it's like it's kind of like, what is it, like being the parent to your inner child. Like you'll protect them, you'll get them through it, whatever this is. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Group 1. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you all in another reading. Welcome, Group 2. If you chose the Clover card, then this is your reading on how to get started. I also felt the call for Labradorite to be joining us. Let's see if I can, yeah. Anyway, this can be a stone of protection and connecting with intuition. Maybe for specific, like a small number of specific people in this group, it may help you channel a little bit, or it may help protect you from some kind of lower vibrational energies. For others of you, it may help protect you in the astral realm. Before we start taking any tarot cards this morning, I actually want to read from the book on the Clover card. I'm hearing something about a fish out of water, but we'll just see. It looks like a really nice place to be, so maybe you want to be a fish in water. Like, you know, maybe you want to be a place that you don't feel like you can be. Where we have Clover. Okay. So we have wisdom, health, and good fortune. Since records began, good luck has been said to come to those who find a four-leaf clover. It is extremely auspicious to draw this card in a reading, and it may well indicate that you are about to experience good fortune. In Sussex folklore, the four leaves of a clover were said to represent fame, wealth, good health, and a faithful lover, and perhaps one or more of these will come to you. The old phrase, living in clover, meant living in luxury, and it is possible that you will be able to enjoy a standard of living or lifestyle that you have long dreamed about but never quite attained. To dream of clover is considered a portent of good fortune and health, and the wise understand that the greatest wealth is not found in money, but in good health. It can find wisdom as well as health, and then we can bask in good fortune. Regardless of how much money we might have, the well of, I don't know how to pronounce it, if it's sagais, shown on the card is considered by druids to be the source of wisdom. From this source, they refresh their bodies and their spirits. Okay, so some of you spending time out in nature and eating like purple fruits or berries, like grapes or blueberries or blackberries, that kind of rough color palette. And maybe for some of you, that whole fish out of water and then wanting to be in the water, it'll actually come for you, but it'll look different for every person, what that means to you. I just, when I look at the card, I just feel like it does look like a really nice place to be. So you'll probably be quite happy to be a fish in water. Okay. Yeah, so it does seem like you're going to have some good things come in and it will make you feel more at home. Something along those lines anyway. So we're looking for how can group 2 get started. That Labradorite seems to be very significant for this group in terms of the protection. So it might, but also if you can see where this fish is, it looks like a safe haven. So maybe finding some sort of safe haven to ease into your environment, and that will, you know, help with getting started as well. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll help you relax so that you can start like a new beginning. Yeah, I kind of feel like for this group, you're just letting everything come right down and the good things are coming in. And this is kind of Spirit's way of saying, because of the wisdom that you've gained throughout whatever happened before this, you'll be in a really good position where you'll know how to protect and look after this safe environment that you create or that comes in for you, like whatever that safe haven is. You'll really honor it and protect it. And I think you'll have a keen eye for discernment for who can and can't come in. And that keeps it a safe haven. And then I feel like you're much better able to protect your heart and start to open it up again. And when after you're able to start opening your heart up again, then I feel like you're in a position of like a free flow state where you'll start actually getting inspired by different things again. I feel like you'll want to start taking action. It's probably like, it seems to be like an illuminatory process to identifying what your craft is. I feel like for this group, maybe something kind of peaceful and almost therapeutic that's like a hobby turned business. Yeah. It doesn't matter what your craft is. I feel like there's something there that you kind of perfect. Yeah. Okay, what else? Yeah, this group has really good discernment and a keen eye. Like, you're very, very clear. I feel like you don't mince words, like you don't miscommunicate or anything. This safe haven seems to be the key. So if you can do what you can to work on making your environment like a safe haven, and trusting that the universe does have your back and that they are going to help slowly in different little ways. They may not be the ways that you want them to, but I do feel like for a lot of you, you'll definitely appreciate what comes in if you're not already experiencing it, or you'll have more ease bringing it in for yourself, something like that, and you'll take really good care of it. Yeah. Group 2, this is a really quick one. I actually don't have anything else for you for this reading today, so it seems like they're pretty general, pretty quick. Hopefully this is helpful in some way, and I'll see you all in another reading. Okay, welcome group 3. If you chose the Comfrey card, then this will be your reading on how to get started. So just to kick off this reading, I'm going to read from the book on this card. The first thing I would say is make sure you're drinking enough water and not letting yourself get too dehydrated or going too long in between, like that bit of self-care. For some of you, if you are engaging in diuretic type drinks, like food or drinks, like things that have a high amount of caffeine or something like that, it may be something just to watch out for, that you're not overindulging. Okay. So we have structure, ancestral foundations, and fusion. Such is the power of Comfrey that it can act both upon the surface and deep within the body. It soothes and heals the skin, but also succeeds in reaching the skeleton to ease aching joints and to help fuse broken bones. If you have chosen this card, it may mean that you need to attend to both the outward manifestation of an issue and the deep structure or underlying cause. Bones and skeletons symbolize the basis and foundation of things, and they represent our link with the ancestors too. It may be that the issue you are dealing with is ancestral in origin, and that you may need to research your family history, or perhaps take the skeleton out of the closet to heal an old wound, and then rebury the bones, not in the closet, but with proper ceremony in the ground outside. Alternatively, the card may indicate fusion or union between two concepts, organizations, or people. Strength and healing can emerge out of union, confirming the old adage that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Okay. So the first thing that they're saying is to, coming back to the hydration, for those of you that is relevant, it's like a deep level of hydration. So looking into ways, I don't know, like they're talking about like deep cellular hydration. So for some of you, if you're drinking like 7+ cups of coffee a day, they want you to really cut that back a lot so that you're not losing all of your water retention. I'm just getting something here about phosphorus and chlorophyll as well. So they could be things, I don't know if this group is a group that are like working towards their health or looking into different supplements. I would check with whatever your like appropriate medical professional. I don't know a lot about Comfrey because I wonder if it kind of embodies some of those properties in regarding the hydration, or if it's just a plant that needs a lot of water. I know that they use it for like a fertilizer tea to help water other plants with the breaking down Comfrey. It just seems like there's a lot of life to be gained from this if you're able to lean into that, and that you'll feel heaps better. You'll have a lot more energy, and I want to say vigor. Yeah. Okay. So Spirit's wanting you to take the path of least resistance and to actually take action, making sure that you follow through, not just starting a project. Moving forward when things seem like they're extremely immobile or tough, or yeah. And that it's all just part of a cycle. It's all just part of the flow of osmosis or equilibrium. I'm just not getting a lot for this group, so I'm just going to take a moment and see if I can pull something else in, or if they want me to use any other cards, anything like that. Okay, they're wanting me to refer to Cancer. So yeah, okay, I can see how there could be like an element in relationships here. And it could be something like making sure that you're watering your own garden, but also after you've watered your own garden, to put effort into some sort of friendship or relationship to maintain it. And sometimes choosing the path of least resistance is the smartest way to go about it, so that you can just push past any obstacles that have been happening. It kind of sounds a bit forceful to me, and I can see that like Aries is shown up here, and I know sometimes they can just want to jump in and do things just to get it sorted out, whereas I feel like Cancer would kind of take their time, but maybe there's like other driving factors in which it just needs to be sorted out so that everyone can kind of move on and the new cycle can start, something like that. But that's something I would say use your own discernment for. I'm not seeing a lot here in this picture. This seems very general, like a very quick reading. All three groups have actually been like this today, so I might just take one more card, like an oracle card. Okay, they've given us a few. Let's see. So we've got Blessed Reunion. So definitely could be people that we've known for like a long time coming back in, or that we're from like our childhood, or we've grown up with, or maybe we're good friends for a long time or something like that, and we've drifted apart and come back. And that maybe when you're not with this person, or maybe when you feel alone, or like you're not in the company of these close people, or these don't have these close relationships surrounding. Spirit wants you to realize or recognize the significance of it, and how Spirit is still there for you, taking care of you. I feel like it's inevitably just part of the journey here. There are times that we can't take everyone with us for our own good. And then there are times where we're maybe feeding into a situation too much that isn't so serious, and the relationship's more important than the trivial matter at hand. So yeah, I would say use your own intuition or follow your gut feeling with this. So today's reading is meant to be how you can get started. So taking care of yourself, drinking lots of water, pouring into yourself first so that you have a cup full enough to be able to, you know, pour into a relationship. Sometimes like we spread ourselves too thin in our relationships and we have nothing left for ourselves, and then it's like hard to maintain a good relationship. For some of you, it might not really be, I definitely feel like it's relationships. So what is that? All right, they're just not giving me anything else for the rest of this reading today, Group 3. Hopefully this is helpful to you all in some way, and I'll see you all in another one. Thanks.